Well, hello, America, and welcome once again to the M&P Conservative Media Network. And we are taping tonight at the New Ambush Media Studios located in Worcester, Massachusetts. And tonight's guest returns to M&P for the second time. Author Patrick Wood joins us from Vancouver, and Patrick has written a stunning book that traces the history of technocracy, trilateral commission, and this nation's slide into one world government. The book is Technocracy Rising, the Trojan Horse of Global Transformation. And I want to welcome Patrick Wood back to the show. Patrick, thank you so much, sir, for joining us again.
You're entirely welcome.
How
This
is
why I'm here.
so how is Vancouver, and how's the weather?
Oh, it's a lovely place. Lovely weather today. It's a little warm, but in the summertime, Vancouver's pretty nice. In the wintertime, you get rain, and more rain.
More rain, exactly. It's that whole Northwest. That's North America's rainforest up there.
That's right.
Well,
Yes,
you're
sir.
up there for
Nice
vacation and enjoying yourself, and thank you for taking this time to talk to us. So let's start off with the shooting in San Francisco, an absolutely tragic thing that has occurred instantaneously. To a certain degree, as I watched the news unfold, I started, again, thinking about you and your book. And again, we keep seeing this all the time. They keep steering the narrative. The whole thing has gone from seeing this person as an illegal who's been here 5, 6 times, 6, 7 felonies. He's in a sanctuary city. He knows, he admits it, he knows that that's the place to be.
Yeah.
No one's going to arrest him. Instantaneously, the city council is pulling a massive CYA. The federal government is pulling a massive CYA. But nobody is seeing this for what it really is. And again, this is defining the narrative. Take it from here, Patrick.
Yeah. My take on the whole illegal alien issue in America is that the borders have been open, especially the Mexican border. The Canadian border is not nearly as open, but there's no reason for people to come from Canada. But what's happened on our southern border, with the insistence for the last 15 years at least, through Bush and through Obama, that the southern border needs to be open, that they refuse to enforce the immigration laws, that they refuse to deport people, especially criminals that have been convicted of serious crimes, either here or in Mexico. What actually is happening here is that immigration is being used as a weapons system against America. And there's not too many people calling it like this in particular. But if you look back in history, you will find that immigration into conquered countries has been a favorite ploy of the conquerors.
Right.
Where they send in people to either to live and just occupy the country, or they send in people to rape the women, to get them pregnant, and they have a bastard child, if you will, that is neither that nationality or the other nationality.
It's bred, right. The sovereignty is bred out.
That's right. It's bred out of the nation, and this is exactly what's happening. And it's not just the southern border with illegal Mexicans, but it also includes certainly all of the immigrants coming from the Mideast, from Somalia, from Syria now,
Sure.
Palestine, and these radical Islamicists that are coming into our country they're being resettled into communities that did not ask for them and that cannot refuse them. They're forcing these people down the throats of these communities. And these people are refusing to assimilate into our culture.
I was going to say that. Yeah, they don't want to do that. Years ago, that was the whole point of coming to America, to become an American. Go on, sir.
That's exactly right. And so they're refusing to assimilate. They're setting up their own cultural centers,
right?
Whether it be a mosque or whether it be, in the auspices of a Catholic church or whatever. But they're not assimilating into America to be Americans. They're continuing to be whatever they came from. And it's being used as a weapon system.
Yes.
Against our nation.
I see exactly where you're going. Keep going, yeah.
Well, there's really nowhere to go with this. What the implication is that the executive branch of our country have become the enemy of our country.
Yes.
Pure and simple. They've gone rogue. They're doing things that are more appropriate for an outright enemy of our country, rather than as our government.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know any other way to explain it.
Well, the other thing too is once they get here, they make demands. They use the freedoms, opportunities, the openness of the United States and our open culture, and then they start demanding. They want their demands. They want things to change to placate their religious beliefs. And I'm specifically talking about Islam. Let's look at Dearbornistan. There's even upstate New York. There's even an enclave. They call it Islamburg. And they openly are saying, yeah, we're training radicals here. This blows my mind because it's like, okay, listen, if I was growing pot in my basement, SWAT would arrive tomorrow and bust up my house and haul me away because that's against the law. Well, last time I looked, it's against the law to have paramilitary training camps privately run and owned here in the United States. Those are called militias.
Yes.
FBI, everybody else, I mean, let's look at Ruby Ridge, Waco, Texas. Let's look at all these people that have gotten busted by the federal government because they're running paramilitary operations. But yet nobody's going after these people in Islamburg or Dearbornistan because of it's not politically correct. Again, don't pay attention to what's going on here. Keep watching the smoke and mirrors. Am I off on that?
No, it's like keep walking along there. Just don't. Nothing to look at here.
Why do you think there's no initiative to do that though? To go in and bust these people up?
Look, they haven't lifted a finger to bust anything up in the last 15 years. And I only use the last 15 years as an example. But since 2000, since 9/11, the policy of our country, coming from the executive branch, has been to tolerate these people, to claim repeatedly that Islam is a religion of peace. It's not a religion of peace. And to turn a blind eye to all the things that are going on. And there was a very serious documentary that was done probably 5 or 6 years ago that documented all of the terrorist training camps in our country that are being allowed to operate with the full knowledge of the FBI and Department of Homeland Security. And this documentary went around and filmed several of these camps, discreetly, of course. Got thrown out of a few. And it was an amazing thing. And you watch this and you say, how on earth could our FBI and our law enforcement system allow these people to continue their operation? And the hypocrisy of it is this. If a number of normal American citizens, be they whatever color, black, white, or brown, doesn't matter, if they went out and organized a militia in the desert or in the woods, and they were firing, training with automatic weapons and hand grenades and stuff like that, with intent to form even a constitutional militia, you know that every one of them would be busted by the feds within a heartbeat. You know that.
Sure, we know that.
But these other people are not, they're given a complete free pass. They're not even scrutinized, much less busted. This is horribly wrong, and it underscores the fact that there's selective law enforcement going on with our government.
That's a great term, selective law enforcement. I like that.
And that's also a form of a weapons system against us.
I see exactly where you're going on that.
Right.
So, selective law enforcement. Now, these people, when they come in here and they start demanding, I mean, people are starting to get killed. And are you there? Did I lose you? Are you still there? Oh, I lost him. Hang on.